Will Vi be facing her biggest challenge in the second season of Arcane? After several video clips and a short preview, we finally got the official trailer of the second season of the popular Netflix series, Arcane. This is an animated series set in the universe of the popular video game League of Legends, developed by Riot Games, and whose first season has a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that this series is one of the most acclaimed and anticipated that Netflix has to offer currently, and there's no doubt that this second season will be at the same level, or maybe even higher than the first one. Going back to the official trailer of the second season, we could see that they revealed many details of great importance for the series, some of these being new characters that will be appearing, but that we obviously know thanks to the video game on which it is based. Also, other important points that will serve for the characters we currently know, to continue their development for the inevitable final confrontation. What are the new characters we will be seeing? At what point are the characters we currently know? In this video, we will be answering these questions. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before we start, I want to let you know that this video will have spoilers from the end of the first season of Arcane. So be warned if you haven't seen this series yet, and want to avoid any spoilers regarding this first season. As expected, the second season of Arcane will pick up right where we left off. So let's see what happened at the end to refresh our memory a bit. The first season of Arcane ends with a cliffhanger, in which the tension between the cities of Piltover and Zaun escalated to a critical point. In the final episode, Jinx, torn between her past as Powder and her current identity, captures her sister Vi and her executor Caitlyn in a desperate attempt to reconcile her fractured mind. During a chaotic confrontation, she accidentally kills Silco, her mentor and father figure, completing her transformation into Jinx. In a decisive moment, rejects her past, and fires a rocket at the Piltover Council chamber, where the council had just voted for Zaun's independence, triggering a catastrophic attack that revives the conflict between the two cities. The season concludes with the rocket's approach, leaving the fate of Piltover's leaders and the fragile peace in a state of suspense. Now that we are up to date, we wonder, what does the trailer for the second season reveal? Well, as far as we could see, the trailer lets us know that the council members could not be saved, and thanks to Jinx's actions, we will have a war between Piltover and Zaun. This wouldn't be the first time that these two find themselves in a war, as that's what we saw in the first season when Vi and Jinx were little. And we know that as a consequence of her, the girls lost their parents. But this will not be the only conflict we will see in development. Why do I say that? Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, Vi will be facing her biggest adversity, which is saying a lot since we know she's been through a lot. In this second season, we can see that Vi has to make some tough decisions. We see that she will join her girlfriend Caitlyn as part of the armed Piltover police. But the trailer also shows the same police enforcing martial law in Zaun, as this is her hometown. Vi is also seen walking around Zaun without her uniform, not only when looking at Jinx's mural, but also in a combat pit wearing Gothic-style attire, which lets us know that Vi is not entirely on board with the decisions being made in Piltover, and will be looking for a way to stop the chaos before a worse tragedy happens than what we've already seen. So we will see Vi on both sides of the region as she struggles with her emotions and her conscience. Not only this, but she will struggle with what happened to her sister and what Jinx has become. This situation will definitely make Vi full of distress. And that is why her biggest adversity will not even be fighting against a person, but her constant internal struggle. Speaking of Jinx, we will see how in this second season, Vi's lunatic sister becomes a symbol of Zaun. Whether she likes it or not, she will be the face of the next civil war. After launching a giant rocket against the Piltover Council at the end of the first season, it was more than clear that this character would become the symbol of Zaun, and it is something she should have seen coming. But we know she is out of her mind, so this has a high probability of taking her by surprise. We can confirm this, as we could hear Savika trying to convince Jinx to lead Zaun in the war to come. Her words were, "You have a chance to unite the city. You are a symbol." This situation is one that not many saw coming, as Sevika's mentor was Silco, and we know that Jinx ended his life. But one thing is very clear to us, and that is the trailer shows that Sevika is right. In one scene we see many citizens of Zaun greeting Jinx with their hair dyed blue to match hers. Then we see Vi looking at a mural starring Jinx. But curiously, in the art she is accompanied by Vander, not Silco. Vander, Jinx's adoptive father, now deceased, was a popular figure in Zaun who worked as a bartender. So it makes sense that his reputation would help the population rally people around Jinx's actions. While we're on the subject of Vander, it has been speculated since the first season of Arcane that he would make his return, but not as we knew him before. So how? Well, it will all be thanks to the doctor who helped Victor and also invented the shimmer. This character reminded many of us of a character from the game, Singed. In fact, his identity was confirmed by Netflix's subtitles, although if it weren't for that, many may not have noticed since the series kept him a secret by never naming him. And it's reinforced with the Season 2 trailer, since at 1 minute and 13 seconds, we see the doctor with scars and clothes over his mouth in a very similar way to how Singed wears his bandages. Well, it turns out that this same doctor or physician will be responsible for the return of Vander, or as we will now know him, Warwick, who is one of the first 17 original characters in the League of Legends video game. At 1 minute and 25 seconds, we can briefly see a shadowy beast with glowing red eyes that looks a lot like Warwick. And later at 1 minute and 53 seconds, we see a much clearer silhouette staring at Vi that confirms to us that it is clearly him. Incidentally, before that scene, we can see that we may have been given an indication of the appearance of another character who will be joining the series. The dark figure looks like Silco, but the symbol around the eyes reminds us a lot of LeBlanc's makeup, and the yellow glow could represent his magic. Given that the Noxus region will have a greater influence in the second season, it's very likely that the assassin and her secret organization, the Black Rose, will cause problems in Piltover and Zaun. Well, more than they already have. As for an official premiere date for the second season, or at least from Netflix, we don't have this confirmation at all. But if we look at the Rotten Tomatoes page, we can see that it says the next episode is on November 2nd. How true is it? We don't know, but so far it's the only thing we have related to an official release date of this second season. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Do you think Vi is going to make a mistake in this upcoming season because of her internal conflict? Who do you think will win this war? What other character would you like to see in this series? Do you think Warwick will somehow influence Vi to make the right decision? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You're on The Oasis Geek.